Okay, here I have a small architectural floor plan, one room, door, and furniture. And I also have a ceiling plan, a ceiling level. And if you can see that ceiling level, we're looking at an elevation or a section. And you can see I created ceiling at 9 feet. And level 1 is at 0, level 2 is at 12. Okay, so when you go to the ceiling plan, you should see a ceiling, and there should be an office, and the ceiling would be a 2 by 4 grid acoustic ceiling. Most of the time, we want to see the furniture when we are placing or planning for mechanical and electrical. So to show the furniture here, remember there's a furniture on level 1, it's a conference table. So um, on the ceiling, where's my ceiling? There you go. On ceiling on level 1, and I can rename this ceiling level 1. Let's rename this CLNG. CL, oop, CLNG. So ceiling level 1. Yes. Okay. Ceiling level 1. If I wanted to see my furniture, which only appears on the floor plan, whoop, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have renamed it. We'll just level 1 here. Yes. Okay. So on level 1, there's furniture. When you're looking at the ceiling, you look at the ceiling, see there's no furniture, but you can show the furniture while you're looking at the ceiling. And all you can do is go to your properties. You're not supposed to select anything except modify here. And then you're going to go to the underlay. So underlay here, all you do is pull this down and select the level that you wanted to see. And you wanted to see level 1, and you click apply, and you can see your furniture. Okay. Sometimes the furniture is looking right side up or up. Um, so you can look up or look down. Okay. Now you're looking from the bottom of the floor, so you don't want that. You wanted to look up, but sometimes it's just um, um, already correct depending on what you wanted to do. So here's our ceiling plan, and our ceiling plan. Let's go and look at 3D. Here's our ceiling. Okay, it's 2 by 4. The door, and then if I and we have that furniture. So we did it correct. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to use this as the architectural file to link in a model. And so let's save this, and let's now create a new and we wanted to browse systems systems default, so we would have our default mechanical, and then pull this down, system default, make sure, and so click OK. Okay, so the name of this one is project 2. The name of this one is a revit file, and this one is uh, floor plan. So let's just save that file, save as, and let's just save the project. And I think I only saved it on my downloads folder. See, there's my architectural, and let's name this M for mechanical. Okay, and then simply click save, and what's this? Replace, yes. Okay, something's wrong with my screen. Can't get this, but anyway, I named it mechanical, and all I have to do now is link the file. So to link the file, I go insert, and I go manage my link, um, uh, manage links, and then we're going to link a new one. So we're going to click add, we're going to click the architectural file, we're going to click open. Oh, I have to close it first, and I'll open it in the same file. So we're going to close all of this, and now I can add a new link. Um, and it found it easily because they're on the same folder, right? Remember the downloads folder? Yeah. So my two files are on the same folder, download. So there's no problem when you have them both in the same folder. Okay. And we'll click OK, and there it goes. Okay. Now you do want to look at the ceiling plan for the mechanical. So we go here to mechanical and look at the ceiling plan, and there's the ceiling plan. You wanna show your furniture. Okay, so here's your ceiling plan, and if you wanna show your furniture, we typically, like we did on the other one, we simply go here and we change our underlay. And on our underlay, we simply put level 1 and look up or look down, apply, and there's nothing. It doesn't work. Um, Furniture's or underlay doesn't work because this is a link model. Okay, that's why a lot of electrical and mechanical engineers, they bind they don't do links. They actually bind them together so they can see it. One solution that I heard was that for the ceiling plan, what they do is they change it to wireframe or something. Okay, so like I think they do ceiling plan, and even if you are in ceiling plan, if you do underlay, I don't think it will work. Level 1, apply. Yeah, so underlay doesn't work on link file, only for the actual files. Okay. Uh, but yeah, so once you have your architectural, you can link your architectural, and it's the same thing in 3D. You still have that one, but it's a link file. And there's furniture there, but you can't see it on the underlay because it doesn't work for linked models. Okay, but same thing. You wanted to go to your ceiling or mechanical, and then load you wanted to load a your air terminals. You go to system, go to air terminals. Um, you want to load your air terminals from your English US Revit pack, and we go to mechanical, MEP, airside terminals, and air terminal, and we want to do supply diffuser rectangular, or supply diffuser. You want it hosted. Okay, so and then click open. Okay, and then you can put this anywhere that you want. Let's change this first. Make sure it's 24 by 24. Supply diffuser hosted here. So let's just. Sometimes it's hard to pinpoint. So what we do is we put it anywhere, and then we simply use the move tool or align tool, and simply select this and that one, and it should move into place. Select this and that one, it should move into place. So this and that one. So that's just how to make things easier. Okay. Yeah, so that's how to place the future. We'll look at the 3D on the mechanical. That's supposed to be how it's placed. Okay, downwards, because this is where you're going to connect your mechanical or your ductwork. Okay, so let's try to see where we can do our ductwork immediately here. We go and we select this and press Control and select this one, and then you click on Create System Duct. Okay, Supply Air and Supply Air 1. Click OK and generate a layout. Um, I think we can edit a solution if you don't like it. Um, you want it further, or you want it here. You want to edit that one. Once you have that, you click. Well, you can click this and change your solution. If you want to do perimeter, if you want to do intersections, network, or you want to do custom. Okay, and then when you're done, you click finish, and then there will be a problem with one of this one because they're not going to a equipment. Okay, so let's just close this. Um, they're both being um, going to the same dock but going nowhere. So that's why it's giving us an error. And if you look at the 3D view, you can see that this one is on the same level. Okay, let's just go further. And this ductwork is supposed to be above the ceiling, but when you click on the ductwork, the ceiling is at 9, and you can see that the middle elevation is 9. So you do want that higher. And so, if in any case you want this lower and bottom elevation to be at least 9, so you can change that. Okay. And then now you can see this is 6 inches above. This is 12, so 6 inches above. So you can see it went up a little bit. So you do probably want this at, let's say, 10 feet. Okay. And then when you click apply, then that's how it goes. Okay. Um, we don't have a solution for how to connect this, but yeah, we can sort of branch this out together. But that's how it's supposed to go. You have a link file. You're putting your ductwork on the ceiling. Okay, um, and you are looking upwards here on the ceiling, so that's why this one is going there. And you can change also this one to shaded. Okay, and you can see that this is the ductwork. Below it is your air terminals and supply air terminal. Okay, and they're always connected. So if you move this uh, out, okay, if there's a connection, it will always move. Like if this one, if I move this, you can see it's connecting. They're all connected, but this one is not, because it's not connected. Then it's not going to work. If you move the terminal and it's not connected, you're not going to be able to move the ductwork with them if they're not connected. Okay. So let's try to go to 3D, and let's just, yeah, it's on the same level. Well, let's look at the east. So here's the ceiling, and the ductwork is too low. Maybe I can change it. Sometimes I can change it here, and let's make that the middle elevation. I may need to change this level. Oh, let's make that. Oh, I can't change it because it's architectural. I have to open up my architectural. Anyway, let's see if I can change this elevation, and it might go outside here, but let's change the lower end elevation to, let's say, 13 feet. And click OK. There you go. So once we have that, let's now go back to ceiling mechanical, and I can't see it now because it's too high under the elevation. So we're going to like change our view range here. So I can't see it anymore. And top offset, let's say 15 feet. By cut plane, the top is level above 2, unlimited. Let's do it unlimited. You can't see it anymore. So we go to edit range. Let me explain that first. In the 3D or east elevation, our ductwork is above 12 feet. Okay. In fact, the bottom of this ductwork is going to be, the bottom is at 13 feet. So it's a foot away. So if I wanted to see the bottom of this ductwork at least, then I have to change my um, view range. And my view range, the level of what I'm looking at, is only at level above 2, and that's 0. So if I can change to unlimited, but I can probably change this. So I can send it to unlimited, and I should be able to see now my duct. Okay. But then if I have other floors on top of it, then I'm going to have a problem. So we're just going to put the level 2, and we're going to make this at least 13 feet. 13 feet. And then click apply, and you should see the same thing. Okay. So again, if my view depth is set to 0, apply, I can't see it because I am only looking at the until level 2 above. Remember, I'm looking at the ceiling plan, so I'm only looking until 0 for level 2. If I wanted to see the ductwork, which is higher at 14 feet minimum, of 13 feet minimum, then I have to put here 13 feet. Click OK, and I can see it. Okay. Let us now move this and connect that to here, and you can see now it automatically connected. It was able to find a solution, and we look at the 3D, and there you go. Before, it was so close that it can't make a turn on this ductwork. That's why it's giving us error. So it's important also for that you have the enough clearances in order to make a correct duct. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to be done correctly. You create an architectural plan, uh, and then you link the file. You link the file. You adjust your view range. You won't see the furniture because Unreal doesn't work on linked files. And then to make your duct work, make sure you have enough clearance. But that's how it's done. Now we do have a ceiling plan here, okay, to connect to. If you don't have a ceiling plan, then when you create and insert or go to systems, and you can't put a you can put it in on the face because there's nothing to connect to. Like here, if I go outside, there's no face. Okay, so it's important to have a ceiling plan to connect to. Now we can uh, place on the work plane. So if I click that one and I select the work plane, I should be able to connect. Oh, I should be able to connect it on level 2, um, even if I'm outside the ceiling because I'm using work plane. But if I do it here, let's just see if it's in the correct view. So you can see now because there's nothing to connect to that this one is upside down. Okay, so it's always important to have something to connect to, and it may not be explicit, but if you don't have a face to connect to, it will always turn upside down. All right, so let's work on uh, the other project and the other file for your exercise. Okay, let's go ahead and open the conference center. And this one is an old 2021 file, so I have to do a upgrade. Might take a while because it's converting everything. And whenever you're upgrading a file, sometimes there would be problems. And in this particular file, when you do open a 2021 on a 2022 version of Revit, you will get an error about that there's a tap must be attached to the branch or something like that. Okay, so that error occurs because families have been upgraded as well, and some families does not work well with other versions of Revit because a family must be created in Revit 2023 too. So you might have this one, and this means that the branch or the duct is not connected to another branch or something like that. You can always expand and see what the problem is, and you can see that there's a that this particular duct fitting um, has a problem. So you need to fix this later, but um, when you do, so just click OK, and then you'll just have an extra warning that whenever you upgrade, you might lose some connections or modifications. So click OK, and then you're going to have your file open here. So now if you look at your manage links, insert and manage links, you can see that there is no link. Okay, unlike the previous work that I showed you, where we have an architectural is linked, and we put our ductwork and our air terminals in that architectural model link. This one does not have a link, so this one is embedded. And a lot of engineers do this, electricals and mechanicals. What they do is they bind the Revit. Um, and the problem with that one is that if there is a change in the floor plan with working in Revit, they have to always also change. So it's a whole mess because they probably just are not used to how to do it correctly. Another thing that why they want to bind is because they can't see the furnitures. So if they want to put registers and they don't want to put it on top of furniture, and so that's one thing because underlays don't work um, with link files. Okay, the underlays don't make with link files. Now, if we go to the book, it does say that in exercise one that you have to use a first floor HVAC duct. Okay, so first floor HVAC duct. So if we go here, this would be your first floor HVAC duct, and I don't really know why CF is there. So let's just leave it like that. So HVAC duct is going to be here, and if we begin putting in our air terminals, we're supposed to be able to put it there. Now, I do wanted to just show that on our ceiling plan, we have first floor ceiling plan. If I double click on that one, this is the first floor ceiling plan. Okay. Now you should really put your air terminals on the ceiling plan, uh, because that's a proper way to do it. The book though says that we're supposed to put the our terminals here. And the reason why they do it that way is because, you don't, when you do use ceiling fans, you can't see the furniture. So that's one drawback. What you can do, I think, because it's bound, the file is binded together, we can probably do a third floor, and then click OK. You can now see the furniture whenever you bind them. So that's one thing that you can do. And if we try to do it here, and do systems, air terminal. And if you look at the book, it says that we're supposed to be using a rectangular diffuser. It didn't say hosted. So let's load that family under mechanical, MEP, air side components, and air terminals. We want to look at the rectangular diffuser. So it doesn't say round connection though. Circular. So rectangular supply. So on the supply, uh, rectangular. So round neck. Okay. So here's supply rectangular face, and then it's just a round neck. So that's what we're supposed to be using. It didn't say hosted. Okay. So we're gonna just use this round neck here. And then we want to change that to 24 by 24. So pull this down, and we want to do a 24-24, and we want to do a 10-inch neck. That's what the book says. Okay, 10-inch neck. And then if we put it here again, we're not sure where we're gonna put it. So, or if you can't align it, you just point it anywhere there, and then use your align tool, and you can align this with this. Oop, this with this, and this with that. Okay. And let's look at our 3D if we can. So you can't see it there because it's on the other side. 3D mechanical first floor HVAC, and you'll see it on the floor over here. Okay, and why is it on the floor? It's because when we placed it, we didn't do an offset. So if we go back to our ceiling plan, mechanical, okay, ceiling plan right here. we can delete this. I'm just gonna delete that. And then we're going to do systems, air terminals, 10-inch neck. Um, we want to put it in host. We want to put it not on the first floor, but on the ceiling. Okay, so if there's a ceiling here, then you should be able to put that there. But if there's none, you have to like tell tell it which level to put it on. Okay. So elevation from level. Let's look at an elevation here, or maybe section, mechanical. Oh, mechanical section 4. So this height, this is where we're supposed to put it. And there's no elevation here or section. So let's just go and do a annotation here, and let's just do a linear. Maybe we can't do it there. Let's just do now a level. Let's just put it here. Just put it here, and we want to align this with this one. And obviously we don't want to call it basement, we want to call it ceiling. Ceiling, first floor. Yes, and it should have a ceiling level here. Okay, so now we go back to our ceiling plan. Mm, and we in systems, air terminal, and then we want to put it on the level of ceiling, first floor. And when we put it there, okay, and use our align, oop, and look at it in 3D. Where's my 3D? Mechanical. You can now see that it is now on the ceiling. It's not on the floor anymore. Okay. Let's just let's see a section. Where is the section? It's in a different view. But yeah, on my 3D is now on the floor. So just zoom out and then let's just change the angle. And you can see now. Let me zoom in. That this one is now at 9 feet. Okay. What's the level of our ceiling on our section? Ceiling is at 8 feet. So that's now at 8 feet. 3D. Where's my 3D? There you go. Here. So this one is now in 3D. Okay. So let's go back to the ceiling plan. So that's how I did it. I put it in the ceiling plan. Okay. Um, the book says that we're supposed to be using HVAC duct, and you can see it's the same. It's over here. So you can put it here. Also, the same effect as putting a ceiling. The correct way to do it really is to put it in the ceiling plan. Um, and that's why in tutorial number 1, it says it showed you that to put it in the ceiling plan, you must go to the ceiling plan. But the book says to put it here on this view because it has the same effect. Okay, so let's continue with putting these air terminals on these rooms. One here, one here, one here. And then on the conference, we actually have two. And again, if this is just one way of doing it, as I showed you a while ago, you should be able to do it on the ceiling plan, and that's a better way of doing it. Doing it on the ceiling plan. Let's see. We're supposed to be putting it here, and I think there's one here in the corner. Well, let's just do that for now, and then we have two more here on each side of the conference, and then there's also one here. There you go. And then in this room, we have one. I'm just putting it randomly wherever for now. And then we have one here in this small space here. Okay. And then we have two more here. One, two. And then we have two more here. One, two. I think that's what the book is showing us. We have one here. I think we have one more also here. And then we have one here, and then we have one here by the door. Okay, I think that's it. So we're done with placing the air terminals. Now, when I placed them, I didn't change the flow rate. So everything is 500. Okay, so now you have to change. I should have changed this to 200. The book didn't say what the flow rate is for each one. Let me see. Um, it actually did not say. Yeah, just didn't say it. So 200. Yeah, it didn't say it. So we'll be using 200. What is this? Oh yeah, but that's how you have to do it now. 200, if that's the case. And that's how to modify. By the way, you can remove some of these arrows if you don't want to. If you simply click on this one and you can remove the left, right. If you don't want any of those, you can remove that. See, now it's gone. And then you can put it back. And it's back. Okay. So let's now work on some ductwork. Okay. Now let's look at 3D first before we switch to ductwork. Let's put 3D HVAC and let's see that everything is on the floor because I didn't set the elevation again. So I did it correctly on the first one, but I didn't do it correctly on so that's something that you always have to check whether you're doing it correctly or not. Always check your 3D for you to check it. So I did it here on duct. So um, let's fix that. Okay, so to fix that, you can click one and then change select that one and change this to make sure that it's on the ceiling of the first floor, or you can put it on an elevation. Okay, you should be able to do it one by one and change it again, and that's going to be sometimes a pain to do. So now we have these two supposed to be on the ceiling. So we look at the 3D, 3D of my H4 now. Um, that didn't change. Let's see again. Didn't change the second one. Yeah, this one now. Oh, now it's -8. So it's supposed to be 0. And then go to 3D. I don't know why it's -8. Let me see. This one is first floor, first floor, first floor. So yeah. So these two, first two, 1, 2 is supposed to be correct now. Uh, let's look at my, where's that? 3D. There you go. So the first two are correct. So how do we change the rest of them if we messed up? Okay. And so to change the rest of them, you can sort of make a window and select everything, but you can see it selected also other items other than your air terminal. So to do that, you're going to click on this filter and then uncheck spaces, and we only want to select the air terminal. So just we can click OK, and then it deselected everything that's not supposed to be selected. And then now we can change this to be at the ceiling of the first floor and the elevation It's just 0. Okay, and then we now go to our 3D HVAC, and they're supposed to now be on the same level. There's one here that's down. I wonder what that is. Let's go here. When I select that here and then go to ductwork. Yeah, it's somewhere. It's here. So that one is actually, I didn't know it's doing there, but I didn't place that. So I'll just delete that. Anyway, it might be just some mistake when I was trying to move something. Okay, but that's how to fix the elevation. You can use your filter, select, and then you can filter out what you don't want to select. Okay, in order to fix. But yeah, always check 3D of your duct. I mean of your terminals to see whether they are on the ceiling, because they're not supposed to be on the floor. Okay. So next up is we're going to do the duct. All right. So we're now going to create the ductwork, and what you can do is you can go to your modify and simply select the duct or the terminals that you want to be all connected. So I want these four, and the picture shows us that these two are also connected and that this one here is also connected. So I'm holding my control to select all of these, and they'll be highlighted. And then your button over here, create system, I click duct, and then I type in, okay, I want this to be supply, I don't want this to be anything else, and this is mechanical supply, whatever number. Okay. So I click OK, and I generate a layout, and this is the default layout that it shows. You can edit that one, and you can edit the layout by clicking here, and you can change the solution here. If you want to do perimeter, that's how it's going to go. Intersections, that means that it's going to just go up here like this. Network, I believe, is what the book wants us to do it. Okay, and once you're done, you click finish layout, and then there's an error because there's no auto route. And let's just undo first. Um, and the solution might not work whenever the ductwork is too close to the air terminal. Okay, so we do have to adjust that uh, the solution. So we just go settings, offset offset the duct is going to be offset but at 10'7". Our ceiling is at 8. Maybe if I put this like maybe at 12 feet, maybe that would work. Click OK, and then click finish. There you go. There's another problem here. Click OK, and let's go to our ceiling 3D HVAC, and you can now see the just zoom out and just change the angle. There you go. So there is something not connected. Um, Oh, by the way, it shows it disconnected here because it shows it flat because my bounding box, and where's my bounding box here? Maybe this one here. This one. So I need to just bring it up a little bit. Okay, and then you'll see more and change that. Now you'll see the complete circle. So there's a problem with this portion here. Right? They're just maybe too close to each other. That looks fine. This one is just it's connecting to this, and then this one's disconnected because it can't figure out what to do with this one. So that's why you're getting an error. And you might be able to fix that going back to the view, and this is the problem here. So you may um, if you're having that problem, you click this one, and you try to move that. Okay, and let's see whether we can connect that. Oh, I don't want to connect that, and I'll just do a ductwork here, and let's just do a connection here. Maybe I connect it directly here. No. So some of you guys might have a problem that you just ignored. Let's just delete this. Delete this. Uh, there's this vertical one, and let's just connect. Yeah, let's make that connection. And so I don't want to ignore that problem, so I will manually put in a duct, uh, system duct. We wanted a 10-inch. Okay, so let's put that duct here. Okay, there you go. Oh, no auto found solution. Why don't you want to connect that? Is this 10? Oh, there's this. It's already connected. This is flexible. So if I look at the 3D view, there's a flexible pipe here. I don't want that. I want to delete that. I want to delete that. And so it fixes this one. So now this one went down a little bit. Wonder why. So let's try to see. I don't want that to go down. So I'll just delete this. Now you cannot sometimes you cannot work on 3D, but yeah, you can with pipes and ductworks. Okay, and let's go back to the view and let us again make a system ductwork and oops, just see, doesn't work that way. Automatically connect to these two. Maybe I need to change my oh, my middle elevation is 9, that's why it's going down. Okay, what is the middle elevation here? Click this. The middle elevation is at 4 feet on the ceiling first. So this one is, you wanted 4 feet. Okay, that's correct now. And then let's do a system, and if we're going to do a flexible duct, just do that and do this, and we'll connect that. And how does it look like on a 3D? Okay, here you go. Here's your flexible connection. Okay, and if you want to connect that over here, that goes this view, so this one to this one. Let's do a flexible duct again, and let's just connect this one to here. And there's a connection. What does it look like in 3D? There you go. So that's how we connected it. Okay, so that's basically it. Don't ignore any problems, but where's the view again? But that's how it's gonna look like uh, from our solution. Not exactly what the book shows because um, it didn't actually tell us like to modify the height of the ducts. Okay, but yeah, if you go to, maybe we can go section here. It doesn't give a section. No, this section. Mechanical elevation. Yeah, we will use this only elevation one. Oh, it's a building elevation. Let's go back to this 3D view. And then you can see that's correctly, the ductwork is inside the plenum space. And our terminals are on the ceiling. The ductwork is inside. Yeah. Um, This one I don't like this. It wasn't. So we can always change this. I don't like this. I'll delete that, and then here I'll push it back, and let's try to fix it on the on this space, and let's pull this back here also, and let's do a system and new. How do we do that again? I will make a connection. So system duck, and let's see if I can connect this automatically. No, I want it to turn at a. This one is at 9. Okay, this one here is at middle elevation is 4, and reference level is ceiling, and this one is middle elevation 2.7. So it has to go down. So if it has to go down, then I'll just use a flexible duct connection. Maybe I can do that. And then do this. And then inspect that on my 3D. Um, I don't like how it looks like in 3D because it can't connect. All right, because I created a corner, so I'll just delete that again. Oh, I'll just delete this and then go back to the view. And let's just do a flexible and then just go directly like this. And then you go. It'll automatically do that. And let's look at the 3D floor, and then I think everything is working well now. We got flexible. There's no bad connections. Um, yeah, well, this one, not really too happy with how this one is set up, because in real life there's really no connection like that. Um, so you may have to do um, you may have to move. Oh, let's do it now. You may have to do some modifications to make that connection work. Let's see if I can connect that to here. Yeah, and this one we can do a fitting, but we're not. Uh, let's not use that for now. Um, Although on the other project that I will give you, we will do some fittings. Maybe I can move this further along here. Well, you know what? I'll delete this. I'll fix that later. Valid. Let's do it on HVAC here. So I'm not happy with how this one intersected. So we basically did the solution, and I wasn't happy with that one. So let's fix this. Okay. So you know what? I've been busting my chops, and I'm supposed to um, just use this. So just make the connector by clicking on this duct and that duct, and it would make an elbow. And what does it look like in first floor? There you go. That's a clean connection. Now all we do is make this join here. Um, okay. So again, now here, how do you want to connect this to that one? So I'll just delete this whole thing. and then find a way to connect these three directly here to the duct by going to my HVAC duct. This one is under, that's why it's giving me a different scenario. Anyway, maybe I can move that out of the way. Okay, so um, maybe I should just do I think a better solution would be to do a T. Okay, the easiest solution I think would just be to do a flex stop. I am not gonna be happy with this one because I'm just, connecting this one and this one, and then the last one with this one, and then I'm not happy with this one, but it'll work, just to get it to work. But yeah, I don't like that solution. Um, it's not efficient. Yeah, I would. Yeah, but so you inspect your 3D, make sure that everything is connected. There's no problem. The fittings here are big because remember we didn't change this to 10. So if ductwork is 10, make it 10. You can reduce the size when you go here, but yeah, these are not 10 inches, and that's why you're gonna have this bulging thing here because you need to make this 10 inches. Okay. Okay. So that's one way of doing it. Um, Paying attention to ductwork that is nice, efficient, and works. Sometimes, like we did before, there's a lot of problems with the connections and fittings, and it's not explicit. You know, I don't like it this way, but I think it works. Maybe we can change it too if you don't like it. Um, so let's try to change it. I'm still not happy. So not happy with this one, so I'm gonna delete that. Um, not happy with this one. Oop. Since I did a lot of connections here, I would have these. So I'm just gonna redo the connection and then inspect it in 3D. Looks right. Go back to the duct, and then this one's fine. Just these two is bugging me. So maybe we can just do systems duct 10 inch and connect that like this. And then what does it look like in 3D? Oh, it's not connected. Uh, this one is 4, this one is 2.7. They're both ceiling fan. So this one should be 4. 4. Yeah, now it's connected. And then I can just do my flexible. So go back to dock, and I can just do my flexible here. Straight connect. And it's here straight connect. And then there you go. So I'm happier with that one compared to the other one. Yeah. All right. Oh, what is this? I think I deleted these, but let's delete this. Back delete that. These two things and go straight. And then I know I can work in 3D in ductwork, but let's go back. Maybe not. Somehow these two got disconnected. So let's just do that one up to this, that one up to this. And I'm not happy with this one, so I'll delete that. I could go up to here and then do another system flex dock and then look at it from 3D. There you go. Cleaner. Right, cleaner. I don't like this though. So it should be like this main branch up here and it's all duct connected down. So I will fix this. I don't want this. I don't want this and I don't want this. So go back here and this piece here is the only one connected. So I will do a duct and connect straight up like that. Now it went down here and it's okay. It went down and system flex duct and I just want it straight. And then inspect in 3D again. So that's much better, but I really want it to go straight because it's just more expensive. So I will again, Mr. Picky Me, change this and move it straight, straight. Let's see on plan how this look like. There you go. Okay, and then do a system flexi duct and then just do that. And I think I will be happy now with everything. There you go. Goes down that way. So I have all of these branches, going at the same elevation and all of the flexi duct feeding the system here. So the rest are going to be for a different system, right? So the rest are going to be for a different system, but that's basically how to make sure you have a good looking ductwork and efficient duct system for this project. Nothing explicit. You're going to do it on your own. There's a lot of ways of doing it. But once you're done and you're ready to take a picture. You get your snipping tool, click new, and simply snip. And that is what you're going to turn in for your exercise. Finally, thank you, everybody.